All right, so this is week 48, Outlook 1 of 2. Sorry for the lateness. Was on the road getting home, so let's go ahead and get into it. You'll see a couple changes that I've made over here. So some housekeeping. Got rid of everything USD XXX. Gonna stick to the major pairs that are XXX USD for the most part, indices, gold or commodities, equities, etc. This is just because I don't like making 75 or less than 100% of the move per pip. So like trading UJ, you get like 75% of the move. So if you move 1 pip and you have a dollar lot size, or like a .1 lot size, you're only going to make 75 cents if it moves 1 pip. I don't really like that. So even though it's, still the same type of trades, I'm just going to stick more so to the major pairs. Other housekeeping thing is I'm probably going to move completely over to futures here in the coming year, so I'll no longer be looking at the CFD. So if you're, keeping up with these outlooks, just be advised that I will be moving over to the futures, so I won't be looking at CFDs anymore. All right, so moving on, let's get to Euro USD. Looking at the daily, we have everything marked up where we were saying that we're still in a continuation of trend. We had identified the liquidity draw, the breaker structure, the pullback, mitigation of this price gap here, and then we said that, hey, we have a potential, after 50% mitigation, we get the expansion, pullback, and mitigate 50% again, and now we're getting some momentum after the mitigation of that move, which was 100% price gap fill. So expecting or anticipating price to continue higher, continuing trend, with immediate target being this high here, and then obviously ultimate target being the high of the price leg. So in my eyes, I see this as completely balanced price leg, especially down here now that we've balanced this price gap. So we should be expecting or anticipating continuation of the run towards this high here. All right, on GBP USD, discard that. We looked at the fact that, hey, we have the run, we have the range, and now we're in a bearish run. I had looked at this for the longest time, showing the price gap mitigation here, and then price, I looked for a couple opportunities. Price decided to basically trip me out, and so now we're actually getting the full move. So I'm anticipating this high to be taken immediately, and then still looking for continuation to take out this high, solidifying this price leg, this bearish price leg here. Now, the reason why I don't consider this high to solidify the price leg is because that we didn't have this low or this high take out this previous low. So if this high would have taken out this previous low, then I would have seen that as the high to solidify the price leg. So even though there is a quote unquote high here, this is unwillingness, and so I won't consider this to be this price leg to be solidified until we take out this high here. All right, moving on. NASDAQ. So looking for continuation again. So I waited, to talk about this. Well, kind of, because, it was over the weekend. But namely, we did some, readjusting, reanalyzing, seeing this is the structural point. We see that price ran this low here, and I had a question mark here because we didn't know if this was going to be a breaker structure, causing us to go into the range again, create a bullish range, or if this would just be a liquidity draw, and then for price to continue on with the bullish trend. As of right now, we have generated a low based off of this, so I can confidently say that this is a liquidity draw. Now we want to see the complete response here to take out the high to continue the bullish trend. Looking for plays here, and yeah, so we'll go from there. Then on gold, just looking for continuation. It's still standing that we're essentially consolidating inside of this, balancing, I guess, whatever's inside of this area. I wouldn't really call it a range because we did mitigate this at first glance. If I were to go back and look at it, I probably could say that this is the low, this is the high, and this is a pullback to mitigate this price leg here. So this would be the wrong thing. This would be the low here. Yeah. All right. That's the low. And then that's the high. So our low, high, pullback, mitigation. We had a mitigation here that gave it, a very strong response, which makes sense. We're near all-time highs. But then this balanced with 100% fill of this price gap that's in line with the continuation of the bullish trend. And now we're starting to see high. So looking for this internal high to be taken and then all-time high to continue this bullish trend. All right, so that's what I'm seeing on gold. All right, that's it for this week's outlook. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chats. And when I say that, I keep referring, when I say have questions, I'm talking about really my group and then RCV chat. If you're watching this on YouTube and you just found it, somebody shared a link with you, you have to be in one of those groups essentially to ask questions. Peace.